Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Gashi's Command TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. Since William Samoei Ruto became the President of the Republic of Kenya, more than 1.5 years ago now, blackouts have been the order of the day. Kusema ukweli, stima zinakuja na kupotea kama jua. Indeed, it has become like sunrise and sunset. I don't know where you are, whether the kuna stima, because yesterday almost the whole country was plunged into darkness. From Nairobi to Eldoret to Kiambu, everywhere ilikuwa ni giza totoro. This is something that Kenyans are not used to. This is happening even when Kenyans are paying hugely. They are paying with their nose because the cost of electricity is very high. This is happening even when Kenya Power Enlightening, popularly known as KPLC, is making huge losses even after overcharging Kenyans. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the ministries that is headed by Kalenjin community. Wengi wa viongozi from the CS himself, David Chichel, all the way Kenya Power, KPLC, EPRA, zote zinaongozwa na watu kutoka jamii moja. It is high time, ladies and gentlemen, this monopoly of Kenya Power is ended. It is high time that just like we did with Telecom, najua wakati tulikuwa na Telecom kulikuwa na ujinga mwingi sana ambapo unapata ya kwamba simu ilikuwa inachukuliwa kama dhahabu. He who owned the telephone line was seen as a king, was seen as somebody who belongs to a certain class. But came Mwai Kibaki and ended the nonsense, and now hata mtoto wa shule ya chekechea huwa na simu taba au rununu ukipenda kuita tu hivyo. Ladies and gentlemen, what is happening in this country? Because this is the epitome of William Samoei Ruto's management. This is a reflection of his administration. Kwamba hakuna kitu ambacho kinaenda vile ambavyo kinatarajiwa kwenda. Because when you interfere with electricity, many businesses have to be closed. Many factories have to stop operating. Vinyozi, wale wasusi wetu, the salons, they have to close their businesses. The welders, they have to close their businesses. What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? And who is going to be sacked here? Kwa sababu, when you look at it, this thing must have a political angle. This thing must have a political explanation. Because things don't just happen like that. Kwa sababu huwezi ukaniambia ya kwamba wakati wa Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta watu walikuwa wamesahau kana kwamba stima zimepotea. Walikuwa wamesahau kama stima hupotea. Na wakati ilipotea, ilikuwa ni jambo ambalo lingeweza kueleweka. Blackouts were things of the past. The blackouts is something that is outdated. And I remember Rigathi Gachagua, when he was talking badly about Malema, Julius Malema, the South African nationalist, alikuwa anasema ya kwamba kule kwao South Africa, Afrika Kusini, stima huzimwa kama au pimwa kama tebe, kama dawa, kwa sababu wanapata in terms of rationing. But South Africa is even better because you can have a reasonable rationing and people would understand. But when you look at our country today, it is raining heavily. Mvua ni kubwa, ni wakati wa masika, ni wakati wa mvua ya gharika, maji ni mengi. So the hydroelectric power, you have no explanation to tell us that stima zitapotea. You have no explanation because what is happening here, we can only say it is because of incompetence. Incompetence at its best. It is a reflection of what William Samoei Ruto is capable of doing. And this is how the countries will grind to a halt. Kwa sababu ukitazama vizuri sana, ile hasara ambayo watu wengi wanapata ni hasara ambayo haiwezi ikakadirika. Ni hasara ambayo inatokana na upetepetevu wa wafanyikazi. Again, when you look at it, you can see how tribalism and its ugly face, the way it is affecting the fabrics of a nation. When you look at it, you realize that it is something that can be avoided. When you look at it, you see this is a problem of having royalty instead of meritocracy, whereby instead of looking at merits, instead of looking at competence, instead of looking at excellence, you look at people who are loyal to you, you look at people who are, and then the nation suffers. Kila mtu anajipata katika hali baya sana, kwa sababu hali hii ni hali ambayo the energy docket, truth be told, is one of the worst ministry in terms of management. It is the worst because when you look at what is happening, utapata from even the cost of fuel, some things cannot even be explained. Sijui the government fuel subsidy that doesn't make much sense, that find Kenyans paying with their nose, that find Kenyans incurring huge losses, and they are paying taxes from everything. From again, you go to KPLC, angalia vile ambavyo tunasema. We look at it from all angles, and you see the worst ministry that is being managed by William Samoei Ruto. And I hope this is something that can be stopped. And I hope this is something that, because it is affecting everybody. Because when you don't have electricity, imagine at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Can you imagine? An international airport, no electricity, blackout, total blackout. You put the state, you put the nation at greater risk. What if the Al-Shabaab strikes at that time? What if the Al-Shabaab? And you see now, at Jomo Kenyatta Airport, there are so many transactions that are going on. There are so many things that are going on. Very delicate activities going on there. And it is a very bad picture to our visitors. Again, at Kenyatta Hospital, Kenyatta Referral Hospital, whereby it becomes very, very difficult to learn some of the activities without electricity. You have babies who are actually in machines. You have babies who are in nursery. They depend on electricity. Most of the operations also depend on electricity. The ICU also depend on electricity. Also, the high dependency unit also depends on electricity. You put the lives of Kenyans at risk, and you cause death. When you cause death, surely, what is expected of you? You can see, you can actually conclude, and fairly right so, that the government is killing its people, that the government is killing patients because of incompetence, because of tribalism, because of nepotism, because of mapendeleo, because of mtu wetu, because this energy docket carries the nation. It is the backbone of the nation. Without being run properly, without being managed properly, this country cannot move forward, ladies and gentlemen. Because if this situation continues, then we can easily lose this nation. Because we have very, very vital installations, including the military hardware, that requires a lot of caution. But you see carelessness when you look at the management of this nation. You see a don't care attitude. Mtadu, stima zikipotea, mtadu. How can you plunge citizens into darkness for hours and hours? Yes, sometimes we agree. Kuna wakati ambapo there can be a breakdown. But what are the mitigation factors? You cannot tell us today you repeat the same mistakes like the one that you did yesterday, and you don't care. You repeat again and again, and Kenyans are paying taxes. Kenyans are paying for electricity. In fact, people should be compensated, and government should actually fire some of these guys, from starting with the CS himself all the way, because they are failing the nation, they are failing our country, and they should not be led to continue leading this important ministry. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you think, but that is my take, ladies and gentlemen. This is a reflection of Kenya Kwanza administration. Failure, blackout, and hopelessness. Have a blessed Sunday. Bye-bye.